focus on right now is some of the biggest names and the percentage chance of whether they're going to remain with their teams. So let's start with the name. It seems like he's going to land on everybody's team. Let's start with Tony Romo. Give us the percentage chance.
Go ahead,
awful low. Awful low. It's very simple. When you talk about this particular player,
do you have to pick a color? We're all novices at this. There you go.
Oh my gosh.
0.5.
0.5% chance that he stays
Yes.
with the Cowboys.
It's very simple. It'll be very difficult to trade Tony Romo because of his contract. What would happen is there's $19.6 million in salary proration because they keep restructuring his contract. When you trade it, it stays with you. So they're not going to do that. What they're going to want to do, Susie, is have that June 1st salary cut where they'll take half now and half in 18. That way they could split the dead money. So look for him most likely to be released. I get what Jerry Jones is going through. It pains him to release one of the guys they discovered as an undrafted free agent out of Eastern Illinois. But the bottom line is Dak Prescott is their guy.
He loves him like a son.
And real quick, he built up some good sportsmanship equity with the way he handled the Dak Prescott. So Jerry Jones should give him his outright
Okay, release. Give us the percentage here.
Should I write? Is this going to work? Do
I have no idea. Just give it a try.
Oh, there it is.
You know what? Let's do this.
75%
okay.
he returns to the Vikings.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think this is where it's leaning right now, and you have to turn towards the present, and you got to follow the money. This is the team that can offer him the best situation financially, not to mention that he has spent his entire career there. He adores his teammates there. He has a life there, and so all of those things make it 75%. The biggest question is, at what number beneath the 11.75 that they owe him for next year is he willing to accept that would keep it palatable for him to stay in Minnesota? And if that's not the case, then that's where you get the other options outside of Minnesota.
Okay, Darrelle Revis.
Darrelle Revis, it's real simple. He turns 32 years old now. I talked to an offensive coordinator who told me during the season he didn't think he could run anymore. Now, as we talked about earlier in our meeting today, maybe it's because of injury. Maybe the hamstring wasn't right. But the bottom line is, with a cap number of $15 million, you can't pay him that number.
Okay,
so
give us our percentage.
Here's what I think. I think it's 25%. Now, if he's willing to move to another position, then it comes down to the coaches. Are they willing to move him to safety? Do they think he could play that position? Even for another team, do they think he can move? Remember, Rod Woodson moved to safety, and he was a terrific one later in his career. And it's something, obviously, we know what Charles Woodson did. So the bottom line is Darrelle has to look at this and say, you're not going to make that kind of money anymore. I get it.
It all starts with what Revis is willing to do and what he's intrinsically motivated to do. So outside of whatever the injury situation may be, when you make all that money, he's done all the great deals. He can be all of our agents. Sometimes it takes away from your heart, but when people start talking about you, comes back, then maybe play a little harder.
All right, and I've got the final one here because this one's pretty easy. But this is just as of today, zero for Victor Cruz
released
today, along with Rashad Jennings.
And I would put that a little higher, yeah.
Well,
just a tad, because just in case
chances of him coming back.
Well, I think that you can put that at maybe 10%, just from the standpoint if he doesn't get a team that offers him what he would have made had he stayed on the Giants' books, which was 6.4. And there are teams that still could use a slot receiver. He still can contribute. Then, yeah, then he could come back and come back to the Giants. He still has a life here, still has a daughter, still loves New York, marketing king, salsa king, all that stuff.
Yeah, and his story, I mean, really, his story has been so great. The New Jersey-born Cruz signed with the Giants in 2010 after being undrafted out of UMass, caught 82 passes for over 1,500 yards and 9 touchdowns in a breakout rookie campaign. In 2014, he suffered that torn patella tendon in his knee, would miss all of the season. 10th in Giants history, both receiving in receptions and receiving yards. Hopefully he lands someplace good, right?
As a slot receiver, no doubt about it.